commencement speaker today needs no introduction. Born and raised in Youngstown, Ohio, graduated from Ursuline High School. He then attended Kent State and Youngstown State, where he received his degree in special education. He later went on to get his master's in administration from Westminster College. He has spent the last 30 years working with behavioral handicapped and students with learning disabilities as a special education teacher and a varsity football coach, first at Youngstown City and presently at Howland Local. He lost a brother in 2012 due to substance abuse and has been on the front lines since that time as a member of the Mahoning County Mental Health and Recovery Board, one of the founders of Solace of the Valley, a family support group for families who have lost loved ones to substance abuse. He's the first president of Maurice Claret's Red Zone, which is a behavioral health agency in Ohio. He's a board member on the Struthers Drug Court and Western Reserve Joint Fire District. He was recently re-elected to his third term as Poland Township trustee. He's been married to his wife, Nanette, for 25 years and has two daughters, Gina and Carly. It is with my great pleasure and my distinct honor and privilege to introduce our 2020 commencement speaker, Mr. Eric Ungaro. He will be talking about embracing your dash. Mr. Ungaro.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Mr. Snyder. I would also like to take a minute and thank the school board, the administration, the teachers, and most importantly, the families in the class of 2020 for inviting me here today. The year was 2012, and I had the unfortunate honor of speaking at my brother's funeral after he lost his long battle to substance abuse. In the days leading up to his funeral, I spent countless hours going through my brother's belongings at my parents' house. One of the items that caught my eye was an index card with the poem on it entitled The Dash. In short, the poem describes the dash that sits between the day you're born and the day you pass away. So in my brother's situation, it was February 2nd, 1973, dash October 21st, 2012. The poem emphasized the importance of the dash and not the dates. The dash represents your life. It reflects on your successes and failures and how you lived your life, how you treated others, and how people will ultimately remember you. Your dash will not be paved in gold if you're rich, and it will not be longer if you live to be 100. We are all given a dash with an unknown amount of time. It's basically your responsibility to own it and define it. That brings us to the reason why I'm here today, to share a few of my life experiences that could potentially be of some help to you as you start a new chapter in your life. So let's talk about hard work. It's boring, you're sick and tired of hearing about it. You've heard it for years from your teachers, your coaches, your parents. You may not have always worked hard, but were still able to be successful. I'm sure there were those nights that you kind of studied and still got an A. That you ran your sprints kind of hard, but you still won the game. As you enter the adult world, it is a necessity. The grown-up world has a way of exposing those who do not work hard. Hard work does not guarantee success, but it will get you in the door. And without it, you have a very little chance of succeeding. Now let's talk about heart and passion, because this is where you can start to separate yourself from the rest of the field. Everybody has an idea here of what they want to do when they go on in the near future. When I graduated high school in 1988, I went to Kent State University to become a, quote, walk-on football player and an accountant. I wanted to make money. I wasn't going to be a school teacher like my father. I lasted 9 months at Kent State and failed miserably. I find myself back at home at 20 years old. So in the midst of all this, I took a varsity coaching job at South High School in Youngstown City as a defensive coordinator. During the early 90s, this was probably the most violent time in urban America. And there I was, a 20-year-old, coaching and leading young men from some of the worst backgrounds in our society. We were sent to play teams like Lakewood St. Edwards, St. Ignatius, Canton McKinley. We lost, and we lost big. But it was during this time that I found the passion and the heart for what I loved, teaching behaviorally challenged kids and coaching football. So now we've talked about hard work and how it's essential, and how heart and passion will separate you from the pack, and how your profession, or what you think you might want to embark on, is not what you truly end up doing. Which brings me to the cornerstone of mankind, the lost art of humility, which is the freedom of pride or arrogance. As parents of this generation, we chose to give everything the world had to offer. We wanted to give you the best of everything. ACT prep, music, pitching, hitting, golf lessons, cell phones, computers, you name it, we would do whatever it took for you to have it. One thing that we really underestimated is the power of the internet and social media. Our generation didn't have the constant self-promoting of athletes, actors, musicians, all the way down to some kid you don't even know who goes to another school. In all this, it's hard to find humility. It's basically taken a pandemic for the whole world to be humbled. But make no mistake about it, present and future employers more now than ever will be looking for people who carry themselves in a humble way. Be that person who helps his neighbor, fellow students, co-workers, and thinks about others just a little bit more than yourself at times. Finally, and most importantly, I'm going to reference the only football quote that has ever rang true my entire life. You learn more from one loss than 100 victories. Listen again. You learn more from one loss than 100 victories. You are going to have setbacks. Ask any coach here. When things are going good, it's easy to get complacent. Everybody's happy, the school's behind you, the community's behind you. But when you lose, you got to step back and analyze all aspects of the team and yourself, even as coaches, all the way down from the head coach to the assistants. You're going to experience loss, failure, and tough times when life seems cruel and harsh. This is when your dash will be most vividly defined. Every time that I have experienced failure or loss, being in an election, a game, a loss of my brother and my father, it was in those times that I had to analyze myself and grow from my setbacks. This is when I grew the most as an individual and became a better person. Learning from your mistakes and failures is essential for growth. Our future will be filled with great challenges and great opportunities. Each and every one of your dashes is going to impact our society. Time is the greatest gift that we are given. Make the most of it. Work hard, find that passion, stay humble, and always remember, failure is not fatal. It's an event, not a person. Take charge of your dash as you leave here today and be that gift to the world that we all know you can. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020, and God bless everybody. Thank you.
Good evening, students and families. Welcome to the 2020 Poland Seminary High School graduation ceremony. This truly is my favorite time of the year, and I am honored to say a few words to the class of 2020, a very special graduating class, a class truly unlike any other preceding class in history. Before I begin my comments regarding our graduates, I would like to recognize the Poland Rotary Club. The Poland Rotarians generously donated the funding needed to bring all the equipment in for our ceremony. In collaboration with the administration, the Poland Rotary Club stepped up in order to make today so special for our graduates. I would also like to take a moment to recognize our outstanding teaching staff throughout the district during these unprecedented times, continuing the educational excellence that we all expect in the Poland schools. There was a tremendous challenge for all of us, and we persevered. Thank you. In these unprecedented times, the last 49 days of school has been completed on a virtual platform. Your dedication, tenacity, relentlessness have earned you a Poland Seminary High School diploma in extraordinary fashion. Speaking for the entire staff, the Poland Board of Education, myself, Words cannot describe how proud we are of each and every one of you. Seniors and family members, the graduating class of 2020, in all of its 151 members, have earned $3,226,976 million in scholarship money. 86% of our graduates have plans to attend a college or university. In a class of 151 students, we not only have one military academy appointment, we have two. The class of 2020 also is represented by a National Merit finalist and a student who received National Merit commendations. A special statistic for this class is that they have continued to raise the bar when it comes to college credits earned while attending Poland Seminary High School. This class of 151 graduates have earned 2,071 college credits while attending high school. Simply amazing. Not only does this permit our students to enter college ahead of their counterparts next year, earning these credits in high school promotes the possibility that our seminary students can also graduate college ahead of their college classmates and enter the workforce a semester or two earlier. Earning power is exponential. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2020.
Board of Education President, members of the board, and Mr. David Janafe. The seniors before you today have completed all the graduation requirements of the state of Ohio and the Poland Board of Education. I now ask Mr. Michael Daly, Assistant Principal, to call the class roll and seniors to come forward to receive their diplomas.
Good evening, Poland Seminary High School graduates and families. At this time, we ask that you make sure graduates are seated next to an unlocked door of a vehicle and prepare to exit when an usher comes to your car. Please keep in mind that the announcing of names is a very formal part of the graduation ceremony. And though all families are bursting with pride at the calling of their loved one's name today, especially considering how unique this experience is for all of us, we expect you to hold all loud cheering, horn honking, or other excessive noise making until the conclusion of the alma mater. You will get your chance. This respectful silence is to show a deserved respect to each graduate waiting to hear his or her name called today. We thank you. On behalf of the Board of Education, the administration, and the staff of the Poland schools, it is my honor to announce the names of the graduates of this historical 30th day of May 2020. Maya Blanco, valedictorian. Brooke Bobby, valedictorian. Michael Kugris, valedictorian. Margaret Fowler, valedictorian. Gino Gallo, valedictorian. Reese Ho, valedictorian. Ava Eisenhower, valedictorian. Adam Kassam, valedictorian. Lauren Malillo, valedictorian. Zachary Nemeth, valedictorian. Charisma Ojeda, valedictorian. Ashlyn Rabindra, valedictorian. Jared Tucker, valedictorian. Rachel Wolf, valedictorian. Aline Donahue, salutatorian. Zachariah Kassam. Dylan George. Jacob Ansel. Gianna Carbon. Allison Andrews. Nathan Garthwaite. Andrew Albert. Mitchell Kluchar. Braden Forsyth. Amy Checker. Sierra Craig. Nola Hushkull. Alexa Black. Philip Hawkinsmith. Caleb Grope. Veda Caliguri. Gia Almasy. Madison Genova. Brooke Dinopoulos. Josh Alessi. Christina Cole. Charles Kish. Frederick Chalmers. Chase Gashura. Blake Hemme. Gemma Kearns. Peter Costales. Joshua Blasco. Michael Kushner. Lauren Johnson. Antonio Gay. Tyler Berry. Alyssa Jenkins. Ronald Harib. Ashley Barth. Kaylin Brown. Jet Bailey. Megan Delaney. Eric Cromwell. Sarah Bouchard. Some Clorox. Get Clorox wipe. Aaliyah Acevedo. Paul Economist. Stephen Carney. Paul, go this way, bud. That's okay. Thank you. Peyton Jacovina. Vincent DeToro. Jacob Kuntz. Alexander Feliciano Fulton. Daniel Balatko. Honesty Fabian. Michael Galterio. Garrett Hunter. James Bacon. William Ginda. Maria Elena Gaidos. Emily Frost. That's the same face you made on the screen. Kylie Gross. Zachary Ellis. Thank you. Gianna Myers. Caitlin Masucci. Emily Russell. Elena Reed. Austin Willish. Malachi Murphy. Emma Poland. Troy Vargo. Andrew Parker. Nina Matzi. Alexis Petro. Jacob Smith. Carolyn Bocheri. Natalie Rizzo. Mia DeCiccio. Jensen Orr. Eric Quimby. Blake Wilson. Dennis Scarote. Abby Shoemaker. Sydney Norris. Sierra Sebastian. Hannah Volpini. Jason Wilson. William Hunter. Liam Morrison. Adam Rumble. Allie Markey. Mason McCurdy. Morgan Farr. Kendra Trolio. Hannah Misko. Dante Parente. Daniel Pagan. Madison Pache. Allison Natoli. Gabriela Romano. Ryan Stetzer. Kaylor Sundstrom. Jacob Rutana. Serena Studziński. Olivia Stefik. Vincent Testa. Michael Voitis. Julia Pitlick. Nicholas Nuttall. Albin Deering. Isabella Stanich. Gianna Stanich. Adeline Schweers. Julia Reiser. Brendan Lee. Darcy McTighe. Alec Martin. Taylor Schmid. Allison Santangelo. Bailey Swagger. Zachary Yaskolka. Jarrett Shirilla. Jackie Prusak. Carly Ungaro. Theodore Ovaska. Emily Testa. Joshua Laverty. Callista Zembauer. Mai West. Justice Smith. Ariana Williams. Tyler Homringhausen. Robert Norris. graduates of the class of 2020, you may move your tassels. Okay. Alma mater? Huh? I don't know what you're saying. The alma mater? Okay. At this time, are we ready for the alma mater? At this time, thank you for your horns. At this time, we are going to stop the horns for the listening to the Poland Seminary High School alma mater. Caps out of the window of your car at this time. Wave them around. We have a drone that's flying overhead to take a picture of the class of 2020. This is your cap toss. At this time, we are going to exit in an organized fashion. We are going to do it starting with columns as opposed to rows. So we're going to start with the right side of the stadium. You are going to head in front of the high school, past the into the senior parking lot to start the drive through Poland. Congratulations, class of 2020.